Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sarah Jane. This is Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls on Gift of Healing TV. And our subject for this evening, for this program, is Life is an Illusion. Now, I actually read this somewhere and I thought there was a saying to go with it. And I thought, yes, actually, I knew I was meant to share this. And I now can't find the little thing that I thought I'd written down anywhere. But you know what? That doesn't matter. There's a reason they wished me to share this tonight, and I'm sure the right words will come. So how do you see your life? Think about it. And do you really feel you're in control? Can you change your life? And let's go from the bottom up. Can you change your life? Yes, you can. It is all about perception. It is all about how you see your life. And there are many sayings about change the way you see things and the things you see will change. Change how you feel about things and things around you will change. And it is so true. What you think you're seeing, life isn't, and there's a load of negative around. Guess what? If you're concentrating on that negative, that's what your life's going to be. But you can change it just like that by starting to think about the positives in your life. And that's why life is an illusion. Because we can make it what we choose to make it. The only limits for tomorrow are the doubts we have today, Pittacus law. And it's true. The only limits in our lives are the ones we place there. We can do anything if we choose to. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some things I choose not to do. But I do choose to experience life in many different formats and have experiences. Life is for living. It isn't for the everyday. Yes, I know we need to earn a living to be able to put the food on the table, the clothes on our back, and a roof over our head. I get that. I really do get that. But it isn't about work, 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 work. It is about creating the priorities in your life. What is the most important? And it's that thing that's been going around about the professor, the teacher in a classroom that has a coffee jar and also has, I think they start with, some start with golf balls, some start with pebbles. And so you put the golf balls or the pebbles, whichever it is, in first. And he asks the students, is the coffee jar full? To which they answer yes. And then he puts something a little bit smaller in. So maybe it's some tiny pebbles. Maybe that's where the pebbles comes in. And they go down in between the golf balls. And then he asks, is the coffee jar full? And they look and say yes. And then he gets some sand, or you could do it with sugar, anything that's fine. And he tips that in and it goes down between all the pebbles and the golf balls. And then he asks, is the coffee jar full? And they all say yes. And then he gets a cup of coffee and he tips that into the coffee jar as well. And it is about the priorities in your life. If you start by putting the cup of coffee in and filling the jar to the top with the coffee, you haven't got room for anything else. So what are the priorities in your life? And then you make time. You will make time for the things that are important to you. But what are your priorities? What are the things that are truly important to you? Do you have a family? Do you have children? I don't. So, I can't speak from experience there, but I do have sisters with children, and my nieces and nephews all have children. Well, not all of them have children, but some of them have children. And creating quality time with your children, to me, is important. My parents tried to do that to the best they could, but then I've been around a long time. And we got time. So we lived down in Devon in Torquay. And we used to have our trips up onto Dartmoor as a family. We couldn't afford to go and have the cream teas and bits and pieces, but we went and we climbed Haytor and we went to Dartmead, and that was our little beach. We lived in Torquay, we lived on the beach, but our love was definitely going up to Dartmoor, and that was family time. And family time is important. Having experiences and living your life. Now, whether you do that on your own, whether you do it with friends, whether you do it with family, but make that time. Work shouldn't be the be all and end all. Work shouldn't be the coffee that leaves no room for anything else. Life isn't as serious as the mind makes it out to be. Eckhart Tolle. And it isn't. Your mind can make things appear way too serious at times, and it isn't. Life is about having fun. It is about the laughter. It is about feeling the joy. And that's where life is an illusion, because you can make life whatever you choose to make it. And you can go and have that fun. You can go and have that laughter. Find it. Watch a funny film with family or friends. Go and see a comedian. Watch comedy programs on the television. Find the things that make you laugh. Find the things that bring a smile to your face, that help make your heart sing. Yes, it isn't all an illusion, but when you are truly feeling that joy, that's a fun illusion to have. And so you can make this illusion, this non-reality that feels so real, what you wish to make it. And that's the joy of it being an illusion, because you have choices. And yes, I know I've talked a lot about saying no and saying yes, but that's all about your choices. That's all about making your life what your life is meant to be. And honoring others, allowing them to do the same. If you are always racing to the next moment, what happens to the one you are in? Enjoy the ride. That was shared by Carrie Joyce on Twitter. So I don't know who said it, whether she said it, but that's who shared it. And you know what? Life is just that. It's a ride. It's a roller coaster of ups and downs. And if you get a down, you are going to get an up. But you can wallow in that down, or you can pick yourself back up out of it. You don't have to stay there. Life falling, when it feels like it's falling to pieces, perhaps it's falling together. I love that. It's very similar. It's something said by, or I read from Neil Donald Walsh first. I love that. Perhaps when life is falling apart, it is actually falling together. And sometimes it is so much a matter of letting go of stuff to make a gap so that the universe, life, can bring in what is waiting for you. When your life is full, the universe can't bring anything new into it for you. So it's letting go. And you know what? The creation of Gift of Healing TV was all part of that for me. So here's a really good example. I spent 10 years doing a monthly newsletter that went out to about 400 odd people. So it was mainly local people. It was all about fairs and events and therapies and therapists and work courses and workshops. And I realized that actually after 10 years, it was not doing what I intended. It was not benefiting anyone. And it certainly wasn't benefiting me with the amount of time I put into it. And it was just like, do you know what? And I think I only had about 2 or 3 people saying thanks and we're going to miss it. So I let it go. And then it was just like, okay, now I have some time. And Gift of Healing TV, the thought about Gift of Healing TV came in. And it was just like, okay, the last newsletter went out in the July and Gift of Healing TV started in September 2014. You have to let go of things. If they aren't working, if you don't feel they're doing what your intention for them was, and you know, if in doubt, I've shared how to dowse. There is one on dowsing, probably in interviews somewhere. Go onto the giftofhealingtv.com website. Under the catch-up pages, I have done a short one on dowsing. And that's what I do. Dowsing pendulum. I can dowse with my body. There are different ways of dowsing. Ask the universe if you're not sure. But be prepared for the answer. You know, the answer may not be what you are expecting, and trust it. And if in doubt, as I say on that, ask 3 times in 3 different ways so that you're getting 2 yeses and a no, which all result to the same, or 2 no's and a yes. But it doesn't matter how, but you are asking it so that you get yes and no answers, which all mean exactly the same thing. This is your life. It is not meant to be drudgery. It is meant to be for you to live and experience. And yes, it is still an illusion, even in that fun and that laughter, those experiences. Yes, it is still an illusion. That's why we have so much control over it. We are here to experience, as far as I am concerned, in the things that feel totally right for me. We are a soul that chooses to experience using this physical body. We are not a physical being with a soul. We are a soul having this physical experience. That we have the choice. Tough's going to happen. It happens to every single one of us, yes, including me. But have the strength and believe in yourself to say, yes, no, this is what I'm choosing. And look for the good and the positive in your life. Concentrate on that. Come on, what would you really like to experience? Now, I know that sometimes has to be, okay, within what you can afford financially. I get that. What would you like to experience? Now, it could be something that's free and easy to do. Go and do it. Go and do it. If it is something more expensive, save up for it. If it's something huge, then you have to save hard. But you know what? If you put your energies into, this is something I choose, and therefore I am working towards a goal, do it. It's your life. And although it is an illusion, there's no reason why you can't enjoy it. Have fun with the illusion. Play with the illusion. There's nothing stopping you except you. I hope that will help you. I hope that you enjoyed that. And I hope you will join me again for more of these. And if you wish to find more thoughtful nuggets and pearls, Absolutely. There's a Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls page on the Gift of Healing TV website. Please go to it. You'll find some from, well, a lot from me, some from me and my sister Jackie, and others from other people who have been guests on the program who have also shared little mini nuggets of pearls for you. So please do go and enjoy those. Next week, topic is crying. And I have found lots of little sayings, etc., about crying, as well as some of my own. And I hope you will join me for that. Thank you to those of you who have joined live. Thank you for those of you who are watching this, live or not. I hope you have a wonderful week until I see you again. Love, peace, and light to you all. Namaste.